Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today I have awesome designer, really cool guy. Actually, you're also animate too. Luke 2.0. Thanks for coming to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I remember actually Frantic was having all this crazy album covers and cover art for his work and the music. I'm like, who is doing this thing? And I think the thing that made it for me was you did like this animation for like a music video. Like, okay, I need to make this guy. So how did he get into designing and all these things you create?
How to get into design? Well, it took a long road. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I first like what's previously mentioned. Back in college, like, you know, I was in the film and stuff, and that was my first route that I wanted to do. Was I wanted to be a director, and obviously that did not, you know, come to fruition. So what happened after that was, you know, I started apprenticing, you know, at a tattoo shop for a little bit, and that's when I fell in like love with design, pretty much. Like, just going on Photoshop, just screwing around, and give it a couple hours, you just get a piece of art, and I was just satisfied, and I just fell in love ever since.
So did you study Photoshop in school, or because you're doing film, right?
No, I am going to school in the fall for that, but
Okay.
mostly self-taught.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yo, so like YouTube and stuff like that, or?
Oh yeah, a little bit of YouTube, you know, a little bit of psychedelics are put in the mix too. So
And it shows in your art. So, I mean, you know, design is design, but once you see, well, at least for me, once I see your work, I can kind of gauge that it's you. Apart from that, you sign your name, but like, how did you discover that style?
so I'd say a like, especially a lot of my earlier work is like a lot of cartoony stuff. Like, I grew up in front of a TV screen, and pretty much I'd be watching like Teletoon nonstop. I'd be watching Adult Swim, and of course, like, shout out to my dad, because he grew up in the 80s, right? So he showed me a lot of 80s cartoons like Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Thundercats, all that cool shit, and mix that with my nonstop, like, because I'm an overthinker, right? And it goes hand in hand with my imagination. So you put in the combination of that, like, that's what really kicked off the whole style. Like, I love cartooning. I love putting stuff in like comic book style, googly-eyed style.
Yes. So, okay, right. How long were you at the tattoo shop for?
I was there, I want to say at least a year.
Oh, how long? I don't know. Is there like I guess a duration for apprenticeship, or?
I think it's pretty much when you get your skill level up. I could be wrong. It could work different in other places. Unfortunately for me, it didn't, you know, it wasn't successful for me, but I was at the right place, wrong time, if you know what I mean.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know, things just kind of have to come together at the right time. So I totally get that. And then you left. Did you start, I guess, your design business right away, or?
Not right away. Like, I used to do like a lot of like jackass stunt videos before I started tattooing.
Wait. You can't just mention jackass stuff videos like in passing. What actually tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, so I used to have a YouTube channel, and on my Facebook I used to post a lot of videos under the name Luke TV, and pretty much I used to do a lot of stupid shit. Like, for example, I've snorted hot sauce a number of times.
Why would you do this?
Well,
Okay, actually, you know what? How does it feel?
I'd say the closest thing would probably be sticking a razor blade up your nose. I haven't done that. I have not done that, but I'm assuming that's what it would probably be
Like,
equivalent
does
to.
the pain hit right away?
Oh man, like as soon as it goes up, because I used a straw, right? You know, and you gotta do it professionally. Right? You gotta have the right utensils for that. And you know, I don't want to stain up, you know, a $20 bill. So
Right,
as
right.
soon as that hits your nostrils and you feel the tingle, like it's it. You're fucked. You instantly regret what you were doing in the first place.
How long does it last for?
I want to say a good probably 2 hours. Like the critical hit is probably like 15 minutes.
Right, but then
But you know, I'm saying if anybody's stupid enough to do the same thing I do, snort milk afterward.
so is that what eases the pain?
It does ease the pain, but yeah, I digress. A couple other stupid things, like for example, I shit you not, I have a kick me sign on my back.
And just random people, but like kick you where?
You know those signs you used to slap on people in elementary school? Yeah, I got a tattoo of that. Most stupidest and cleverest decision in my life, probably.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'm guessing even though it was crazy, it was also fun doing that though.
It was, and eventually, you know, some of my stunts were kind of getting a little bit concerning to like my loved ones, and
Right.
you know, at that point, like, I mean, in general, for me, it was to make people laugh. You know, somebody's having a shitty day, they come home, they see an idiot like me, like, you know, like maybe lighting their hair on fire or something.
No man, you didn't do that.
Oh yeah. And you know, they see me do that stupid shit. They're gonna
Right.
laugh. That's gonna, you know, that could turn their day around because
Right.
positivity, you know, it's pretty strong. It works that way, right? But after a while, I'm like, yeah, I you know, eventually I'm really gonna hurt myself, right? And so after that, like, give it like a year, because I was like in between jobs, and then I started my apprenticeship, and then yeah, lo and behold, like right after that, that's where the passion for graphic design started at.
Yeah, the designs are great. Like, I mean, so I'm guessing you designed, but how long ago was the first time someone actually paid you for your work?
I want to say it wasn't like a logo, but like it was an animated video. My buddy Mitchell, actually, Chell P. Shout out to Chell P, actually, because without him, I probably wouldn't even get into designing, to be honest. He hit me up and he wanted me to do animated video for a song called So Amazing featuring Miracle. And, you know, I started grinding on that, and I really loved the animating process. Like, I made a couple cartoons before, but this one I was just, nothing else matters. I'm in front of the computer. Like, I was just in the zone. And then I made a few other animated videos. That's actually how I met Frantic online. He saw one I made for Megs, and then he commissioned me to do one for Northeast Ciphers. And then when the whole cover art and logo situation started coming into fruition, was basically I got asked to do a couple logos, and then I realized like it takes less time, and like, I don't know, when you complete a full picture within a couple days, like it's a lot less stressful, you know. That being said, I still love animation, but I don't know where I was going with this.
No, the logos are easier for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the process itself. I'm like, hey, hey, Luke, man, I love your work. What's up? I'd like you to do something for me. What happens from there?
So really depends on like how I go through with it. So not currently, but like probably just up until like a couple weeks ago, I was working a night job. So I was practically a vampire. and I only had 2 nights off a week.
Oh, okay.
So somebody might hit me up, like for example, you'd hit me up and you'd be like, "Hey, I want this, and I want it this way, and this is the aesthetic I'm kind of going for. This is the vibe I want, whoever's seeing this to get." I'm like, "All right, cool." And like I told you, I'm an overthinker, and like I said before, that comes hand in hand with my imagination. So at work, you know, I'm working all week, and as I'm working along, like my mind's just going. Everybody can relate to it. You're at work, you think about life and stuff. You're like, oh man, what am I gonna make when I get home? Well, like, am I gonna take the trash out today? Like, am I just gonna do nothing? But no, I'm thinking about that idea. Like, I'm thinking about what colors I'm using, what the style is gonna be, and try to pinpoint what my ideas are to match what you request.
Right.
So by the time when it finally hits my day off, I know exactly what I'm going for. And pretty much as soon as I sit down and that computer's in front of me, like I should really invest in a shit bucket or something because I don't move, dude. Like I'll look and it'll be like 11 o'clock at night. Next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and
Holy shit.
I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
Right.
it's like pretty much a time warp when I'm in there. Like, you become one with the computer, I guess
But
you'd say.
I guess what that shows is you're passionate about it, you love it, and that's why time jumps like that. Because
Oh,
once
yeah.
you're in, right?
Well, it's like, what they say, time flies when you're having fun, right?
Right, exactly.
You ever been in math class and you look at your watch and it's like, the class ends at 3 o'clock and you look at your watch and it's like 2:01.
Right.
2 hours pass by, what it feels like.
Yeah.
You look at your watch, 3:05,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. You go to a theme park or something, you go to a movie, you go on a date, look down, 2:01. Next thing you know, it's like 5 o'clock. You're like, where'd the time go? Right?
Yeah. When you're doing what you enjoy, it totally makes sense. Okay, so you do all these designs. One thing I find with creative people is they love the thing so much that they struggle to charge for it. You know what I mean? Is that a
Yes.
struggle you're doing?
It was at first. When I first started like doing logos, I wasn't even charging, and then somebody offered me some money, and they're like, "How much do you charge?" And I'm like, I don't even know how to charge myself for this. So I was just like, yeah, $5, man.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's like, yeah, $5 or $15. It was one of those variables, and it was a podcaster down in the States, and I see his videos on YouTube. Shout out to On the Rise, by the way. And he still uses that logo, so I hope that was the best $15 he ever spent. But when it comes down to like
Right.
charging people, like obviously I have bills to pay. So if it weren't for that,
Right.
I'd just be giving this stuff away. Like I don't care about the money. Like so I do charge a low price. One, because I feel like it's fair and it does match some of my bills, but I like the accessibility about it. Like, especially where like artists are outsourcing quite a bit for like various many things. I like to be like, hey, I'll do this art for you and I'll do the best that I can do on it for you to appeal to your audience, but I'm not going to charge you an arm and a leg for it because it's not about me getting paid. Like, I'm so lenient when it comes to like people paying me for my stuff. Like if they say they don't got it and they're like, hey, I'll have it in like 3 weeks. I'm like, cool, man. I understand that struggle myself, right? But it's not about getting paid for me. It's producing that artwork for them. Hearing their reaction that, they got this beautiful piece of artwork and that makes them happy, right? Because that's what I like doing. I like people both smiling,
The work speaks for itself. I love it. I have some of your work done for me too. I appreciate it. And I'm saying someone out there is listening or watching the episode and like it might not be graphic design, it might be something else, but something they're passionate about and they're struggling to know, should I just dive in and do it? What would you tell that person?
Honestly, if they're just starting out, screw around with it, play around with it. Just do whatever you want. Don't follow a strict formula. And then once you start getting used to the motion, starting falling in love with it, swan dive. Like, just love what you do. And honestly, don't make it about money. Don't make it about clout. Do it because you love it. Do it because you are passionate about it. And me, myself, like I said, I wanted to be a director when I was younger. And being up in the valley, I live in a small area, right? So I had a lot of naysayers. So this is going for anybody who's ever been doubted. If people are doubting how far you can go so far that you can't hear them, man.
Right.
Like, if you got a passion and you feel like that's what you want to do, go for it and don't let anybody else, stop you.
Dope. Wow. Man, that's powerful. I think I love that goal so far. You can't even hear. I love that one. I'm going to steal it. Luke 2.0, thanks for coming to the podcast today. And I can't wait to show the thing you made for me.
Right on. I'm excited. And also, shout out Frantic.
Oh my God, yes, Frantic. Yes. The one that led to this. Thanks so much, man.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for having me on.